Hey, who doesn't like a train? Welcome to Curry Country Living. I'm Greg, and we're going to be talking about train station houses, in particular the Lervier CPR station that was moved in the early 80s up to the Archibald Museum, and then again just last November. And in this video, you're going to see several people talking about what they have planned for it. You're going to see a lot of footage of the station being moved, some of the history behind it, and how you can help out. Curry Country Living is sponsoring this video. This video was a lot of fun because it brought into play a lot of the equipment I have between my drones, the ground equipment, the GoPros, and I put it all together. So if you've got similar projects you're interested in, give me a shout. And without further ado, have a look at the train station from La Riviere, Manitoba, being moved to the end of Main Street on Manitou. Catch you at the end.
The La Riviere Station Depot was built in 1898. It was built with a mansard roof, basically this side slope and then the top angling in. It's a very unusual style, and that's one of the reasons why the building was actually declared a provincial heritage building. It stood in La Riviere until the late 70s, early 80s, and at that point it was going to be deconstructed, but the Wallcraft family, who ran the Archibald Historical Museum, decided that they wanted to move it to their site, and it became one of the architectural treasures of that museum's collection until they decided a few years ago that they could no longer maintain it. At that point it sat, with the museum empty for 3 years until a crew here in Manitou decided that it was worthy of keeping. So that's why it's on its way now to a site at the north end of Manitou's Main Street. Okay, Manitou's CPR station depot, it was deconstructed in the 1960s, and it actually stood just to the north of where the co-op Bowsers, the gas Bowsers now are, but in between the tracks. So people who were going to meet the train had to go across one set of tracks to get to the station. We were not given permission to use that area just simply because of modern safety standards. So where we're putting the station is on the south side of both sets of tracks, just to the west of where the Manitou station originally stood. Now, part of the problem when you're moving an old building like this is the fact that some of the joists underneath over the decades, they kind of basically rotted. And so we've had to do a lot of repair of the joist system underneath the building. They're all ready for the move tomorrow. The next step is basically to winterize the building as best we can. It's going to be a lot of work in the spring because, of course, it's too late in the season to do landscaping or to put on the platforms. But eventually, next spring, we're going to build platforms all the way around the building as it was originally the way it was in La Riviere. We've also got lots of interior work to do, just to repair some of the walls. We want to restore it basically to the way it would have looked in 1898. So that's going to be a little bit difficult because we don't have photographs of the interior, but we have enough photographs and blueprints to give us a sense of what the interior would have looked like. So if any of you would like to make a donation to the project, all the information for making donations will be linked at the end of this video. So we want to thank Greg Curry for his work on this, and let's take care of our heritage.
So right now they're on top of the hill, just they're about to turn onto the RM road. It's a mile north of number 3, and they'll be heading east. And he was backing up. I couldn't figure out what was going on, but I think they need to do something with the hydro line. And when they're working with the hydro line, he backed up to give enough room for local traffic to get by. So that's kind of what's happening right now, is the local traffic is going by the CPR house, while hydro, I believe, is working on lifting the line. So Tracy's taping this from inside the car where it's nice and warm. I could not have done this without you, Tracy. Thank you very much, because I'm focusing on the drone, and this will be the second time that we've actually followed something in a vehicle in it. The DJI Air 2, Mavic Air 2. So impressed with this drone. So easy to fly. It's forgiving. Takes wonderful shots.
Hi Greg, so my name's Travis Long, and I'm born and raised in Manitou here, and for the last 14 years I've been the general manager of the Boundary Trail Railway Company, which is a local railway company that was formed by farmers in the area when Canadian Pacific announced back in 2005-2006 that they were going to abandon the railway tracks in this area. And so our company is very pleased to be supporting the project you see behind me with moving the heritage station from the Archibald Museum into Manitou. We have donated the land for the project, and we're quite excited about repatriating the station against or alongside a functioning railway line again. So I'm involved with a committee of 4 other individuals that are working on this project. In addition to myself, we have Dale Balone, Al Thorleifson, and Fraser McIntosh. All 3 of those fellows have a lot of experience through their involvement with past heritage projects like the Nellie's Homes and the Opera House addition. We also have a member of our committee that isn't from the local area. His name is Sean Smith, but he's a really important member of our committee because he's got experience with a number of heritage railway restoration projects in Saskatchewan and Alberta. So he advises us on some of the historical information that we need for the project. A really big part of this project has been working with BB Weeb. They are the contractor that's been moving the station for us. They're a wonderful company to work with. They have a soft spot for heritage projects like this. They were involved previously with the move of the Nellie's Homes, and I know they've done some moves for the Heritage Thresherman's Museum in Morden as well. They've been wonderful to work with, and we couldn't thank them enough for their involvement. Darren Wood is the foundation contractor that has helped us prep the cement and the crawl space area for this project. Darren has some history with the Lariviere train station himself personally, and he's connected to the Wallcraft family that ran the Archibald Museum. So his involvement has been wonderful, and he's been a big support for us as well.
Hi, I'm Dale Malone from Manitou, Manitoba. Lived here for the last 61 years. I got involved into the history of Manitou a few years back when we were moving some Nellie McClung houses in an Archibald church up to the cemetery here in Manitou. So we've been following suit with moving ahead. Train stations is what brought and built Manitou, as all the communities in the West. So right now this was at the Archibald Museum. They have closed down, and they graciously let us have the train station. We moved it here. We spoke with the Larvier group and all agreed to put the train station here at the end of Main Street. I think it's going to be set the beautiful town up, keep it all going, keep the history alive for the next generations. So we've got it here. We're just getting it placed here today, the end of November. We've moved it out just a quarter mile south where Angie and I live. We put it there so we could transform, get the foundation correct here, and we had to fundraise to get some of the monies to move it here. We're going to set it up here for the winter. It'll stay dormant for the winter. Then we're going to fundraise through the winter, and we're trying to collect some money so that we can redo the roof, build it into a center just of the history of the train stations. We've got a lot of mementos that we're going to put inside it, mementos to put inside the station to make it look the way it was when it was built, maybe into the early 20s, 30s. It's hard to say what we're going to do. We're going to have it in conjunction, hopefully, with the Nellie McClung houses at the other end of Main Street. Nellie McClung would have made speeches at the train station here in all her ways. So we want to really carry the history and keep it alive, as I say, for the past generations and as well for the future generations. So fundraising is going to be a big part of putting out how we're going to dress it up and go forward. We'll do it in a few stages. The roof is going to be our first structure that we got to look after.
Well, thanks for watching. If you like that video, consider giving me a thumbs up, subscribing to Curry Country Living, or leaving some comments in the comment section below. Always enjoy seeing the comments. Until next time, as always, stay safe, and we'll see you later.